with episode number 5. And today I'm honored to have Christine Rios, Vice President of Sawing Shearing. I would say a super successful steel fabrication company based out of Chicago, Illinois. And Christine, I think you have been a fantastic client of ours for, I think, over 18 years, if memory serves. And over that time, our team have built many custom solutions for your Sage 300 ERP that you use to keep, projects, people, and profitability on track. And so my first question for you, Christine, is before we started working together, right, before ADSS was involved, what were some of the biggest finance or operational headaches you faced with your previous ERP?
Well, thank you. And I appreciate the podcast, Harvey.
Thank you
I'm
for
glad
being
you
here.
guys chose our company to work with on this. Before we had Sage, we worked with Peachtree software, which is a smaller software. Our company started back in the 1990s with just my dad and I was actually handwriting everything. So as we grew, we ended up buying Peachtree software, which we used for several years. And I'm going to say in 2008, somewhere around there, the accountant had said to me, "You've kind of outgrown it. It's time, you need to buy something else that's going to be able to grow with your company." I'm not a software person. I didn't know even what options were out there. My uncle happened to be in the software service industry, and he came to us with 3 or 4 different options saying, these are all reputable companies and you're not going to outgrow them. And one of the options was Sage. So we ended up making for us back then, a humongous investment into Sage and started running on that software, but quickly ran into all kinds of frustration because we needed things custom. That button that he put on there is called View Related Docs. And so what we started doing at that point was, instead of taking all that paperwork and bringing it back to the file room, the girls took that paperwork, scanned it all, and it was saved inside View Related Docs. So now anybody in the office that is looking for shipping paperwork, wants to see the invoice, wants to see the quality sheet, the production sheet, anything that has to do with us fabricating that order, now is all scanned and inside that that order entry screen. And it is, I would say, that is the best money-saving, time-saving, customized thing that that your company has done for us. Because, like I said, not only can the few of us see that, the sales guy, somebody calls him, the sales guy, and says, "Hey, did my order ever ship out?" Now, instead of him saying, "Oh, I have no idea, let me go search it," he can literally pull their order up in the system within seconds. He can look at the View Related Docs. He can say, "Oh, it shipped on this day, got invoiced on this day." And if they want a copy of that, he presses a button and can email them the shipping paperwork. So yeah, the flow and ease that has created for us has been huge.
Gotcha. No, I agree. Like seamless document access, a game changer, right, for any company. And
Yes.
I'm an accountant, so I got to ask this, Christine, to quantify, right, these results, right? You mentioned dollars saved in hours reclaimed, error reduced. How much? How would you sum it up?
Well, what we have, the way that I've always thought of it over the years, because I don't have an exact dollar amount, right? But what we can say is that we have grown by about 20% each year. We have 8 of us in the office, and between the girls who write up the orders, the shipping and receiving, and the receptionist who does the purchasing, so the other side, but that's all through Sage also. I would say, we have saved ourselves probably 4 or 5 employees, right? So if we want to say they're making $30,000-$50,000 a year, we can do the easy math, and yeah, it's a huge savings. And another part of that too that I want to throw in here for you is that so the View Related Docs ended up being kind of like a foundation that we grew on, because once we had that, now one of the things that Henry also devised was that once the invoice is generated, the girl hits a button, it gets emailed to the customer and auto saved inside that View Related Docs. So, and the same with the shipping documents, they are auto saved in the View Related Docs. So now this paperwork isn't even printed out and scanned. They hit a button and it emails it and automatically saves it. So, because one of my big fears was always like, if the girl has that paperwork and she saves it under the wrong order number, right, it'll be lost in the abyss. How is anybody ever going to find it?
Right.
So, one of the ingenious things that Henry devised was that I don't know how he did it, but you hit a button and it saves it inside that order and emails the customer the information. So the human error has even been eliminated from a big part of that also.
I hope Henry doesn't watch this, Christine, later on, because we don't need to boost his ego anymore.
Yeah.
That's
He
too much of
deserves
inflate his ego too much, right?
Yes.
But that 20% is really impressive year over year, right?
Yeah.
And this question is very dangerous. I might hear something that I don't want to hear, but I want to ask, right? Was there anything about working with us, that surprised you?
Well, one of the things that surprised me actually in a good way was how small your company actually is. And I believe that ADSS is a very big company, right? You guys have different locations throughout the United States and in Canada. But the team that we work with, Henry's team, is a group of a handful of people as far as I know. And I do know over the years that has also grown. But it's surprising to me because the level of understanding, and again, going back to understanding not only Sage, but how Sage works with the accounting side of it and the customized side of it, understanding all of that behind the scenes stuff and being able to make everything look great from the, the side that we need where we're sending out order forms and invoices and stuff like that to what's going on behind the scenes, being fed into all the financial statements, the general ledger. It has really, it's amazing that small team does all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm happy to hear, Christine, that we were able to deliver, real value over the years for you and for the company. And for CFOs, and IT leaders that are looking at Sage in general, or just Sage 300 or a new Sage partner, right? What will be the single biggest reason that will make you recommend us, right? The one reason.
I could say one word even would be efficiency. Efficiency. Anybody running a business, in my experience, next year will be our 35th year in business, and I have been here since the beginning. So in my almost 35 years of business, I would absolutely say efficiency is number one. It's the most important thing you have to make money in order to stay in business. And most companies need employees. And if the employees are inefficient, you don't make money. And so if you can give them the tools for efficiency, I think that makes all the difference in the world. And my experience with ADSS Global, specifically Henry, and now Ray, I got to throw that in there, has been nothing but professional, and they are willing to go outside of the box to help us with any crazy ideas we have and be able to help us through the navigation of running a small business.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you, Christine, for those kind words. We both agree that when deep product expertise meets equally deep accounting knowledge, Sage 300 can really become a growth engine, right, instead of a bottleneck for companies. Whether you're dealing with manual processes, like you said earlier, or scattered documents, or siloed data, right, having the right Sage ERP partner can really unlock, powerful efficiency year after year, right? So I want to thank you again, Christine, for your time today. Really appreciate it. And cheers to another 18 years.
Thank you. And I don't know if you want me to say or not, Harvey, but we did have at least one previous, maybe two, Sage partners before we found Henry. And those partners that we had did not measure up. They were not able to bring all of those three things together. Like I said, the accounting, the expertise, and the customization. So not every Sage partner is the same, is I guess what I want to throw in there also.
Gotcha. No, that's unfortunate, right? But that's the world we live in.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Christine, for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Harvey. Take care.
You as well.